So Gunny, how many years did you actually coach in high school?
I coached for 20 years at Oshkosh North, and they went by very fast. A lot of great times, some not so good times, but overall it was well worth. And it wasn't really a job or anything. It's just something I love to do.
Yeah.
And if you equate what you get paid, it's
Yeah.
like 5 cents an hour.
Yeah.
It was never about the money. It was. I had. I said previously the first year we were 0-15, but I knew we had something because we were down 5-0 to Lourdes, and they had had a program for 2 years before we did. But we ended up losing that game 5-4, and then I knew at least we had some heart.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have a lot of skill, because the only one that ever played was my son, but they showed me that they really wanted to learn, and they wanted to win.
Mm-hmm.
And we suffered through that first year, and then the second year we actually beat Appleton East at Appleton East for our first win, and then it kind of, and it was like in our third year of existence we actually got to the sectional and got beat by Neenah 5-0, and it was really kind of funny because the way they had it set up, both teams had to go down to Grafton to play, and here we are in the neighborhood. We could have played at our place, or no, we had to take a bus down to Grafton and play.
Both teams.
Well, it's kind of neat. We saw each other. That both teams ended up at the same McDonald's, and everything was, it was nice. They were an awesome team, awesome. They were good for so many years. Probably still are. I don't know. I don't follow them anymore. But then we gradually got better, and we ended up being. I think 1 year we ended up on 20 games and maybe lost 2, and. But then at the end, the quality, and not the quality of the player, the heart of the player wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
It changed. Let's just, before I say something I shouldn't. And towards the end, it wasn't a lot of fun for me anymore, and when it stops being fun and becomes a job, then it's time to for new blood to take over and breathe new life into the program.
Right. But you never know how many kids that you influenced in those 20 years that went down and got involved in helping other kids.
That to me is the most rewarding thing to me is when guy comes up and says, "Thank you."
Yeah.
That to me is worth more than any money that you can pay me. So, and that's happened several times. It's still happening today, and they haven't seen me for about 40. No, it's 30 years now. So.
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
Yeah. No. So you know that you had an influence on a young man's life.
Yeah.
For the better.
Yeah. So. I remember in the Bombers days, we were like one big family too. We played on Sundays, and then we always had a party going someplace in the spring and the fall. And we used the Whiting Boathouse.
Right. Oh yes.
Rented that out. Everybody brought a dish.
It was, then actually we had, I don't know, several guys ended up mixed league bowling. Harry and his brother, and Benny, and his brother, and Pete Giedman bowled, Marty Giedman bowled, Dick Belter, the referee.
Right, yes.
Yeah, so we through the game of soccer, we did a lot of other things.
A lot of other things.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was a nice social
Exactly.
A lot of friendships.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they were the only team around there for a while.
Yeah, and then I think Appleton had a couple other teams that we played against, but that was later on.
Yeah.
I know at the one time we were the only product in town.
Right, through the University of Wisconsin,
Yes.
Fox Valley,
Yeah.
a lot of these kids wanted to play afterwards and formed the clubs. You know.
Right.
And I know Harry and I went to all the two-year schools back then and encouraged them to tell the kids to form a team in the spring. They played,
Right.
the season was in the fall. So let these kids join the Wisconsin Soccer Association.
Sure.
And that helped a lot too. And then they started youth programs in their area, Manitowoc,
Right.
Marinette, Sheboygan.
Right. Yeah, there's a ton of kids playing soccer now,
Yeah,
and some of it is really good.
yeah.
Really?
And some of their kids are playing well.
Yeah.
We went from not being able to find a soccer ball around here to getting bombarded by them now.
Yeah. I getting back to when I was over in Germany, trying to find a soccer ball to play with my friends. You know, who could afford to buy a soccer ball?
Yeah.
So, but now
Wow,
I must have 15 of them in my garage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, post WW2, there wasn't that much available.
no.
But we were talking before when the World Cups back in the 50s, when Hungary and Austria were some of the top teams. And,
I brought this along. Just these are my heroes.
yeah.
The 1954 German national team. I can still name every one of them that played.
Really.
And
And it was without having a TV at home.
oh yeah, exactly. My dad bought this for me in 1954 after the tournament. This is one of two books that I brought from Germany. One was given, the other one was given to me by the local priest when I left. It was a little story about a friend and a friend. But yeah, this is cool. So those are my heroes.
Yeah.
Helmut Rahn was a right wing. That's who I wanted to be.
Yeah, we all picked names from the
Yeah,
scrimmage.
yeah.
We had in our backyard, there was room between the houses, was probably as wide as this living room. And we all wanted to be Pushkas
Yeah,
or Hilikuri,
yeah, yeah.
Pele.
Right.
I'll be Pele. No, I already called it.
Yeah. No, it's, these guys have, that's the captain, Fritz Walter. He has a stadium named after him. He played for FC Kaiserslautern. And Max Morlock, he was a midfielder. He has a field named after him in Curl. So they're still being remembered. They actually use their names yet instead of corporate, which is now what's going on because the corporate people
Yeah.
give you the name, you know, they buy the naming rights to give you millions of dollars.
And in the mid-50s, that was also the time that professional soccer came
Right.
up. Before
Yeah.
that, it was all amateur. Yeah. That has all changed, obviously, with
Yes.
millions and millions of dollars of stadiums.
Wow.
And, yeah. Well, it was great talking to you guys.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's nice to talk to you, Tony.
We'll see you at the next get-together with the
Exactly.
elders. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks for coming to Nina.
I appreciate the invitation.
You bet.